You grind through 60-hour work weeks. You rely on endless cups of coffee just to keep your eyes open. Yet the to-do list never ends. We operate on a treadmill system. Pushing harder and logging longer hours doesn't reduce the workload. It usually just accelerates the pace at which new tasks arrive. This scatter plot maps global work hours against GDP per hour worked. The Netherlands sits in the top left corner. They work the shortest hours, yet consistently rank highest in economic output. This data breaks the assumption that more hours worked directly generates more value. The Dutch experience suggests the standard equation of more time equals more output is flawed. Somewhere along the line, additional effort stops yielding results and begins to become a liability. To understand why, we have to look past the economic data and into the brain itself. We can now see how a typical grueling schedule physically alters our ability to process information. This graph illustrates the biological reality of cognitive fatigue. Early in the day, focused effort is effective, but it depletes finite neural resources. You see a steady rise in output that eventually hits a sharp plateau, followed by a steep decline. Past this threshold, every additional hour of labor causes a drop in quality. Eventually, your net productivity dips below the baseline, meaning you are essentially working backward. This fatigue forces the brain to work harder for simpler results. Routine tasks that took 30 minutes in the morning begin stretching out, doubling in width and eating up the entire afternoon. Staying at your desk while in this state is mathematically inefficient. You are actively destroying your capacity to do the very work you're trying to finish. The Dutch counter this decline with a concept called Niksen. It is the practice of intentional, guilt-free idleness. It is distinct from common breaks. Doom scrolling on a phone or watching television still demands cognitive input. Your brain is still processing information. This brain cross-section shows what happens when we drop task-oriented focus entirely. The frontal lobe's focus network shuts off, which triggers the default moat network to light up across multiple regions. While you stare into space, this network is busy synthesizing fragmented information, consolidating memories, and resolving complex problems that the conscious mind couldn't grasp under pressure. This subconscious activity clears out the biochemical buildup from intense focus, effectively resetting your brain's baseline capacity for high-level work. Niksen functions as a period of intense subconscious maintenance, providing the neural recovery required for sustained mental performance. Applying these findings requires treating idleness as a non-negotiable form of biological maintenance. You can start by spending 5 minutes between intensive meetings just staring out a window. No phone, no notes, just unstructured observation. You can also take short walks while leaving the headphones behind. Removing the input of music or podcasts allows the mind to wander freely, triggering the necessary recovery state. Look at this digital calendar. To protect this recovery time, you have to schedule blank blocks directly onto your agenda. Treat this stillness as an immovable appointment. To generate more value, we have to stop measuring our success by the hours we spend on the treadmill and start mastering the discipline of doing absolutely nothing.